Alright, so we're out here at the Muskegon River at this big old chunk of parcel out here. It's connected to the west unit. It's the public land part. But we're gonna take a walk down there and see if we can't start a fire. So,
yeah. See what we can do. A little cold out, probably about, I don't know, 27 degrees out today.
Yeah. It's better than yesterday. It's not snowing, but still, we're going down into the water, so it'll probably be pretty damp down there. So materials will be far and in between to actually get the fire started. So as soon as we begin our journey, we'll start looking for materials to like cattails and birch bark and just igniters.
So it should be an interesting day.
Alright, we'll be back. So look at this bridge here. It's out in the middle of on your way out to the big parcel. And you can tell already how flooded it is. This whole area is nothing but flood. And we got to go out to this big old plain out here. It's gonna be difficult, but we should be able to get over there. There's a raised path, and then we're gonna go that way. Start fire. All right, guys. So as soon as we left the truck, we started looking for materials. All right, so the first thing we found right there's the bridge behind us. You can see that we just crossed that. Now, since we're in the swamp down here, and we're only getting closer to the river, I'm gonna say that the likeliness of us finding more of these cattails all over the place, the likeliness is gonna be pretty well, but I see some ahead of us, and we're gonna actually take a hike down there and we will harvest a cattail. I brought a plastic bag with me, a grocery bag, just for the sake of us containing it. If you put it in your backpack or you put it in a pocket or something,
It's just gonna make a mess.
yep, they bust open, they get everywhere. It's a good insulator, but that's not what we're aiming to do right now. So you see through here, that's nice deer trails down through here. A couple years ago, the EHD and the chronic wasting disease and all that jive hit these deer pretty damn hard down here. We used to come down here carp fishing with our bows when the spring comes. Get some big ones up around here. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll check back in with you.
All right. So what we got here is one of the cattails that we're looking for. What we're going to do is show you the proper way of harvesting it. Maintaining, keeping it in the sack. Usually you'd want a plastic bag or something, but right here I already have an old one. As we said in the last take, you usually want something like that just to keep all the material in there. This one's already broke up, and I've had this for probably close to a year now. But what we're going to do is I'm going to set that down right there. Take these gloves off. Set that down there. Take your knife out, of course. Unless you just want to be a savage about it, just rip it right out of there. Basically, cut it down. You want to leave some of the stalk on. Just keep it on there. Keep it like a corn dog almost. So, basically, just put your knife away. Take the bag, toss it around in there. Really, you want to check it first to see if it's good. Now, this one seems pretty firm, so it should be all right. Yeah, just go ahead and toss it around in your bag. We'll come back to that later and show you the proper way of breaking it down.
All right. So we're next to the Muskegon River.
Finally made it down here.
Finally made it down here. We're in this big old patch here of nothing but grapevines and shit, but it's got a nice little opening right in the bottom here. So
We already made our little fire pit. So as you'd
This
want to
is
say,
gonna be
usually
our-
you'd want to go a little deeper, but considering everything's pretty wet
frozen,
and frozen, we should
and
be
we're
all right.
that close to water, we should be all right. All right, here's the river. on our way out. We have not found any birch at all. We've already hiked probably about a mile now. We're not going to hike any much farther just for supplies and such. We're not too far off from the gas line here on the Muskegon River, the pipeline. But you can see how full the river is right now. Here, if we do get any fucking snow that Michigan's supposed to have, this whole area will be flooded out come springtime. And then way down the rivers where all the log jams happen and everything like that. But even now, usually this time of year, you don't see people traveling down these rivers. Current's so strong right now, it's rocking all these logs and everything loose on the bottom. So you never know where something is. Be cruising down the river and hit a log. But that being said, we're gonna take a little break and look for some fire supplies. We've got our cattail. We've got a fire starter. We need a flame sustainer. Okay, the cattail will take a spark really nicely, and we just need something to take the spark into a flame and hold it in a flame. And if we can't find any birch, which is our go-to, we'll go for aspen. And if we can't find any, like I was saying earlier, we are in a bunch of you can see a bunch of grapevines. Look at the size of this grapevine. This vine here is I can't even fit my hand around. But that being said, look at here. This is awesome. You get up under there, under those fine ones, those dry layers, that gets super thin. It burns just like paper. Right up under there. All right. Well, we'll check back in with you.
All right, we found ourselves a bird nest here. We're gonna use that as kindling and whatnot. Our starter. Yeah, back here we got our camp. We don't have a bag for this situation, so we're just gonna carry it back. But harvesting it. I didn't bring my knife this time since we're just right around the corner.
I got mine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Just take that right out of it. It shouldn't be too weaved in there, so.
Yeah, nice and easy.
Be sure there's no dead birds in there. You don't want that stinking up. Alright.
Alright. So we found that little bird's nest over there. We're back at our little camp here next to the river. And we've got basically 4 ingredients for a fire right now. We've got this vine here, the bark off of it, off the dead stuff, and it's really dry. That's probably going to be the third thing we use. We've got our cattail we harvested back at the front of the swamp. There are cattails that grow out here, but we didn't want to take the chance, so we grabbed one when we seen it. And then we have some of this dry river grass here, which is all over the place, and that'll take a flame really, really nicely. And then we also have the bird's nest right here. So what we're going to start out with is first we're going to actually you can see it's already exploding. We're going to finish that turn, and we're going to grab some of this material out of here. And you'll see it. Wind's just kind of taking it, right? Shake all the loose ones off. We'll set it down over here. Now see, this stuff here takes a flame, takes a spark almost immediately and turns it into a flame, but it burns real quickly, and if they're densely packed, they do not sustain the flame. So they evenly have to be spread out. So I'm still gonna pack it somewhat inside of this bird's nest, but I'm still also opening it as well and trying to keep it as fluffy as possible. This is going to be the base of my fire here, and then I've got my first 2 ingredients right there, and these are just the sticks, the small sticks that were with the bird's nest, so they're off the ground nice and high, nice and dry. Now I got my ferro rod here. She's a couple years old, she's pretty short, and I've got a knife here with just some jagged edge on the back that'll actually draw the spark here. Now, a couple of flicks into here, spreading it out should do the trick. Usually it's a little difficult, but we'll see. Alright, so we're got a closer angle here so you can see it a little bit better. Now basically I just made our little cake here. Now all this little stuff here, this will catch quickly. Now the idea is to turn it upside down so the flame will catch on to the other stuff. But I also have this handful here, this dry stuff here, to throw on top of it if I can't turn it upside down. Alright, we'll give it a couple flicks here. I'm just holding it tightly. Going pretty nicely there. See if it stays. We want it to stay. I'll check this out. I'll do the same to this side. It's just all that loose stuff burning. Let's do the same here. Let's get a bunch of that going, and I'll throw that tough over here on top of it. Essentially, you have a fire. Give it a second. Just make sure you got all your dry stuff on hand there. And I throw a lot of this bark on top of it as well. We'll just let it burn. Now I may have to blow on it a couple of times just to get some of the coals nice and hot, but I might not have to do nothing. And honestly, I can keep feeding it with this grass all around here, and to keep it going until it takes on its own. All right, thanks.